Welcome back to another episode. And what I wanted to talk to you about on this episode was how I feel that starting my weight loss journey, right, has really helped me try to figure out really who I am, who I want to be, who do I want to, be in the future, and really just what do I represent, right? Like, what things do I stand for and believe in? And how do I want people to perceive me? And how do I want to perceive myself? Because I think what's happening is, as I've really started to focus in on my health, it's now allowed me to focus in on other areas of my life, such as improving my financial situation, just being a better person, internally, right? Mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And as I look at all these areas now in my life that I can improve on and make better, it's really starting to shift this whole identity of who I am. And again, really leads me to ask the question, like, who do I want to be? Because these things that I'm shaping and controlling, improving, right, in these areas of my life, they're starting to create a better version of myself, a higher version of myself, who's starting to look at these kind of things now, starting to look at, financially, where am I? What do I want for my future? How can I get out of debt? How can I invest? How can I plan for things, right? Then again, working on all the other stuff that I could work on internally. And so as I'm bettering these things and it's shifting this identity of me, it's allowing me to ask that question, like, okay, you're bettering this area in your life that matters a lot, your health. Now, what are other areas in your life that matter, that are going to better you now and in the future for yourself, for your family, for your loved ones, for people around you? And so it's really creating this new identity, which leads me to that question, like, okay, who am I now? Who do I want to be? What kind of person, man, father, partner, just anybody, for who I am, like, what do I want myself to be represented as, right? When I think about myself, like, how do I want people to perceive me? And again, like, just who am I? And so it's really great because I could really feel that shift of like creating this new identity in person, and I think it's as you get older too, you start to mature, but I believe it's that transition, that in that journey of really focusing on your health, that when you start to improve other areas in your life, you can't help but then start to feel like you're becoming this new person, who's now this person who cares about their health and cares about their financial situation and cares about being, a better person just all around. And so that's one of the biggest things I'm really noticing, right? And so being able to ask myself that question, like, who do I want to be? What kind of person do I want to be? I'm more aware of how I speak, how I talk, how I interact with people, how I interact with myself and talk to myself, the kind of language I use or don't use, in sense of like the kind of thought trains or terminology, just how I speak, right? Speaking, in terms of manifesting, of positivity, of so many different things. And it's really cool to be able to feel that and watch this change happen, and really being able to have my journey be something that's leading to these kind of conversations I'm having with myself. And again, really asking myself, like, who am I? I'm obviously changing from the person I've been, even though that person may have been better off than the person I used to be. But now it's like this evolution that's going on, where I can feel myself changing into maybe this next direction and path in my life, which is, something really fun and cool to really experience that in my own journey, and something you might experience on your own journey if you're not in the greatest position in life, maybe financially, maybe areas in your life are not so great in personal relationships and relationships in general, maybe just the way you think or not think, or habits you have or don't have. Once you can start building on your health and it leaks into other areas in your life, you start creating a new person. You start creating a person who now the health things matters, right? It matters to you when you do or don't exercise. It matters to you if you eat healthy or not healthy. And then when that starts to dig into other areas of our life, it starts to matter to you what you spend your money on or what you don't. It starts to matter to you how much money do you have in your bank or what you don't. It starts to matter to you. Are you in debt or are you investing? It starts to matter to you. What's the game plan down the road for retirement and making more money and living a better life? And so as these areas start to improve and multiply, you really begin to take on a new identity, which again it's going to lead you, and it's led me to really ask that overall question, like, who am I now and who am I becoming? And I love it for what it is, because for me personally, now that I've really started to take my health more seriously, and I'm still working on that, now that I am diving into those areas, right? I'm paying off debt. I'm asking myself, how can I spend less money and make more money? How can I invest wisely? What's my future gonna look like? What do I want to do in 5 years from now? Like, it all starts to tie in, becomes more clear, and it really just started with my health here, right? And so just kind of wanted to share a little bit how that experience is changing my overall identity of who I am becoming on my own journey. So I do appreciate you tuning in. Remember that your health is your wealth, and it all starts there. So thanks again, and we'll see you on the next one.